Good morning, children. Today we will do chapter 12 of history. Chapter 12 is culture and science. We have already done this in the live class. Okay. So let's start the chapter. We have in culture and science in this chapter, it talks about how we have developed from the prehistoric period. During this history which you learn, how we have developed our culture, our science, our literature has developed till today. Imagine how we used to live, how the early human lived in caves, in forest, and today we all live in comfortable houses with all facilities. So there is development. Science has developed. We have medicinal development. So we have lots of development. So we are going to see science and culture in the historic period. So first we have to see that why it is like that we have change and we have development. When you will read the intro of the chapter, there are two words given to you, experiment and exploration. So why there is development? Because human mind is having experimental mind and explorational nature. So we keep on exploring, searching, finding out new things. And human mind is also acquisitive or want to find out or inquire about things. That's why new inventions and discoveries came and our life has changed a lot. So first we'll see what is the development in the field of literature during historic period. Okay, early history. So we have first literature, we have Vedas. In first, the Vedas are written. It is believed that they are written at least 2500 years ago. Okay, and these Vedas were written in Sanskrit language, which could be read by the rich class people or the Brahman class people. All were not allowed to read the Vedas. Okay, and these Vedas which were written in Sanskrit, they were written on a bark of a birch tree. You know, bark is what? They did not have paper to write on. There was no other facilities. Today we write on paper, you write on screen, and so many things are there. But earlier the people didn't have pen and copy to write, and they used to write on the bark of trees. So what is bark? Bark is the first layer of the stem of a tree. जो पेड़ की छाल होती है उसको हम bark बोलते हैं. So people used to write on that. So Vedas were written on bark. Okay, and 2500 years old. And they were written in Sanskrit. Okay. Next thing, these Vedas have other four divisions. There are 4 books collections. We have Rig Veda, Sham Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. Rig Veda talks about gods. Okay, the natural gods like sun, moon, earth, fire, water, and how to worship, how to perform yajnas. What are the rituals to do? Other book is your Yajur Veda. That talks about medicinal things, Ayurveda and Chikitsa. Then we have Atharva Veda, Yajur Veda, Sham Veda. They have mantras and tantras, spells and charms, hymns. All these things are there in these different books. So okay, so Vedas has 4 divisions, 4 books are there in Vedas. Rig Veda, Sham Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. And they all have different things. Rig Veda has something regarding how to perform prayers, which are the gods. Other books has got hymns, collection of hymns. Then some other books have got mantras and magical charms, tantra. Okay. Then after Vedas, if you will look at the book, as I am not using book for you, you can read book. I have whatever I am teaching you is from book only. Okay. Next, literature work, written work, we have Upanishads. Upanishad is also a book, okay, and there are at least more than 100 Upanishads, and we have 108 Upanishads. From there, 7 are very important, 5 are also like important, but 7 are very important. From 800 and 108 books. And these Upanishads also were written in Sanskrit. And they had, what does this talk about? Like Vedas talk about how to perform God, pujas, yajnas, praying to God, tantra, mantra, hymns, bhajan, all that. What does this Upanishad has? Upanishad has about birth, rebirth, Atma, Paramatma, all that is written in Upanishad. Okay? Cycle of death and birth, है ना? जन्म मृत्यु के बंधन से मुक्ति पाना, all that is written in Upanishad. So if you look at the book, it talks about cycle of rebirth, Punarjanam, Atma, Paramatma, all that is written in Upanishad. Next literature work we have Puranas. What is Puranas? Puranas are the books which talks about the life of gods and goddesses, stories of gods and goddesses. Or like you have Vishnu Puran, it talks about Lord Shiv's life, Shiv Puran, Vishnu Puran. All these Puran means the stories of gods and goddesses. And these Puran which I am talking about, they were written in common languages which the people could understand. As this Vedas and Upanishads were written in Sanskrit which the Brahman could only read, or rich class people only could read and were allowed to read, the Puranas were for all could read as it was written in simple language. Okay, the stories of the life of gods and goddesses. So we have stories of Shivji, Parvatiji, Durgaji, Vishnuji, about their stories. Stories on God's life. Okay? And this is, as again I am saying, not restricted to only one class. All class people could read and understand, and it was in local language. Next we have got epic. Epic is what? Epic is narrative complete. So many things are collected and written. Mahakavya. And it talks about the heroic deeds of gods and goddesses. Okay? Heroic deeds of gods. Like you have Ramayana. There Ramji is shown as hero. Okay? Heroic deeds of God Ram is shown. And then you have another one who Mahabharata. Here the heroic deeds of Sri Krishna and Arjuna is shown. So epic is where the heroic deeds of gods and goddesses are shown. Is that understood? So we have Ramayana, Mahabharata. Ramayana is written by Valmiki. Mahabharata is written by Vyasaji. Okay, Rishi Vyasa. And they were written in Sanskrit language. There is also an epic which is written in Tamil. The name of the epic is Shilapattikaram and it was written by Ilan. So we have read about epics also. Again I am repeating. Epic is heroic deeds of gods and goddesses. A collection of heroic deeds of gods and goddesses. Okay. And what happens there? It is written in Sanskrit and also common. Later on it was translated in common languages. The Ramayana, Mahabharata, Shilapattikaram written in Tamil by language. Other than these are all writing about Hindu gods. Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, epics, Hinduism. But there are other literary works which talk about Jainism and Buddhism. We have learned in previous chapters also that there was a rise of Jainism and Buddhism during 6th century. So writing about Lord Buddha's life in Jataka Tales, we have book of Kalpa Sutras about Buddhism, we have Panchtantra telling the right moral stories, okay, and then if you will read this Kalpa Sutra or if we will read about Panchtantras or Jataka Tales, we'll come to know about the lifestyle of the people during that time, how the people lived. The people used to live a community life with happiness, equality, peace, mutual respect, social harmony. They were very, other than this, what I am talking about, the Jainism and Buddhism books, Kalpa Sutra, Panchtantra and Jataka Tales. There are other plays and prose and poems also written during early period. Okay, like we have Abhigyan Shakuntalam written by Kalidas is a drama. If you will see that drama or read that drama, we'll come to know what was the lifestyle of the people in early period. Okay. So this is about your other literature. Is that understood? So we have learned literature in period, early history period, what was the development? That Vedas were written, Upanishads were written, Puranas and epics, Hinduism. Other literary work, as I told you, Jataka tales, Kalpasutra, Panchtantra, about Jainism and Buddhism. Other than this were some poems, some prose and some plays written by the people at that time living, like Kalidasa's Abhigyan Shakuntalam. Okay, so this is about literature. So with literature we had other development also. Culture and science we are learning. So in culture already, literature we have learned. So we have another development is your art and architecture. So that time there was development of art and architecture also. Okay. Early human also used to do cave paintings in his free times. So if we will see the cave paintings of Bhimbetka, one of the extreme old cave painting fine art and craftsmanship of Ajanta and Ellora, they show a lot of transformation and growth of art from the time of early human being. There is a lot of development how early human used to do art and painting in their free time in caves. But there is a lot of change if we will see art and painting drawn in the Ajanta Ellora caves. Lot of drastic change. What is that change? The Indian architectural has also seen a lot of growth and change. Making of buildings, also a lot of change has come. Beautiful and strong building with different designs have been made. If you see the way the temples were built, the material used, they are dignifying. You know, how the temples were made. Earlier, there were no school people going for architectural studies and all. Still, beautiful and strong temples were made till today they exist. So there were some peculiar things in the temple which were famous. Three things: Garbhagriha, Mandapa, Shikhara. Okay, what is Garbhagriha? Garbhagriha is a place where the deities are kept and where the main puja is performed. Main deity is kept. Mandapa is where the people gather. And Shikhara is the top of the temple, so that from far only people can notice that there is a temple. So these were three peculiar things of a temple made during history. Early history period, the architectures used to make three important things. Shikhara, a top on the temple, very high, so that people can from far only see that this is a temple. Garbhagriha means a special place for deity where the people will offer prayer for main deity. And then Mandapa was a place where the people used to gather together and pray. Okay, the more astonishing aspect is that the choice of material. The material they use, even if you go to visit the temples of early times, you will see the things they have used is very strong and till today they exist. They used to take big rocks and boulders and bring from the far away places. Okay, not from close by place. Far away places they used to bring. There was no truck, train or any other means of transportation to bring this or what you say other thing to carry those heavy materials. So rocks and boulders were brought by the artisans, they were cut and without cement they were placed over each other until today they exist. Okay, without cement they were held, they were cut with given design. The famous rock cut temples are of those Ellora caves. If you will see in Ellora caves there are rock cut temples. Okay, Mahabalipuram temple in Tamil Nadu of Chalukyas. Okay, Aihole and Badami in Karnataka. These all temple in Ujjain. These all are example of beautiful architectural growth in early history. Okay, so I told you architectural growth was the temples were made with three important features: Mandapa, Garbhagriha and Shikhara. The temple was made by the rocks and boulders, and rocks and boulders were brought from far away places. It used to take many days, then bring them, cut them, shape them, place over each other without use of cement. Was a very fine art of those architects. Also stupas were made by the Buddhists during this early period. The stupas used to be the hollow from inside, and inside of that hollow they used to keep a box which used to contain remains of Buddhaji. Okay, anything of his belonging of Buddhaji they will keep in the box, and that box they used to keep inside the dome. Okay, dome shaped thing, and inside there is a box, and nobody can go inside. People have to only walk around it. Later on they started making railing all around that. Okay, circular path was, even if today you go to any of the stupas, you will see there is a dome, and all around it people can walk. Why it was made? So that people can say prayers while walking all around. It was not allowed to go inside. And outside on the gates and walls of that stupa, the statues are made, carvings are made, stories are written of Lord Buddha's life. Okay, same as we have Jain temples constructed with different intricate designs, and they too had devotees who worked and the stone and carved beautiful designs. Now for making of these temples, whether it's of stupa or Jain temple or Hindu temple, they needed lot of money for making designs, placing statues, bringing rocks and boulders. Lots of artisans were required, the labours were required, so lot of money was needed. And the kings used to give lot of money for making of or building of temples, stupas or Jain temples. Sometimes some devotees also used to offer the offerings for making of temples or making of stupas. Okay, and this construction was not an easy work. It used to take years because they did not have good tools, weapons, machines. Okay, they were not having brick and all. They had to cut huge stones they had to cut. So this used to take a lot of time. So that was art and architecture during the early history period. How they developed by seeing the Ajanta Ellora cave paintings and the temples. Will come Mahabalipuram temple or temples in a Jain will show the art and architecture of early periods. Okay. And how they were built, stupas were built, a dome, inside that there is a box, even today where the remains of Buddhaji is kept, and people have to walk around it. Okay, people have to walk around it and pray. Later on railings were made, and there are designs and pictures of Lord Buddha made. For all that, a lot of money is required, which was given by the kings and some devotees. Okay, so this is about art and architecture. So today we have learned in chapter 12 about literature, art and architecture. Okay, in literature we have learned about Vedas, Upanishads, Purans, epics, other literature, that is Jataka tales, or what you say is about Panchtantras, then some plays like Abhigyan Shakuntalam. Then we have learned about art and architectures, making of temple. The temples used to have 3 different features like Mandapa, Shikhara and Garbhagriha. How much money was spent by the kings and the rich devotees, and stupas were also made, Jain temples were made. That all show the how architecture were very good at that time also. Other things will continue in the next video. Till then, you read the chapter. If you have doubt, you can ask me in the live class. Thank you. Have a good day.